Hello my friends, so welcome back to my channel. I am just doing a quick little video that will kind of continue on later next week, and I decided a couple of weeks ago, I guess, that my friend and I were talking about the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, and it's not necessarily a series, but there's a whole bunch of books that interact with each other or have to do with each other within that world. And I had no idea that a new book was coming out by Lori Gilmore, I believe is what the author's name is. And so anyways, I have read all the books except for the Strawberry Pancake House. I think that's the only one that I have not read. She actually has a new book coming out that's The Gingerbread Bakery, and when I got to looking at it of when you could pre-order it, when it comes out, it actually comes out on my birthday. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what would be such a fun idea is to go and research books that are being released on my birthday and go and pre-order them and have them arrive, obviously not the day on my birthday because they won't be mailed on that day, but have them arrive after my birthday, and then create another video that I will go in and we're gonna open the book mail and see what we got or what we ended up getting. So in this video I'm going to kind of be walking through and just researching, having some fun, and I just figured I would bring you along with me just because why not. And we're just gonna look and see what books are being released on my birthday, just see what we find and see if there's a possibility of finding some fun books that are based on the release day of my birthday. When I found out that that was coming out on my birthday and I came up with this whole idea, I just thought it would be really fun and interesting just to see if we pick a certain day of the year, whether it's my birthday or not, how well can you find books, or what books can you find based on a release date instead of based on an author or based on maybe even a genre. I just thought it would be fun and interesting, and I decided to bring you along with me, so let's get started. I think I'm gonna pull up Goodreads and I need to log into that first, so let's do that. Like I mentioned before, I don't really have a plan on how I'm going to go about this. I'm literally just getting on and just seeing what books are being released on September 16th, and I need to figure out how to do that on Goodreads because I'm not really sure how to do that. There's maybe new releases. So this is by genre, and maybe I should just go to each one because I know this one, The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand, is releasing the day of my birthday because I do have that one on my list because I have already seen that, so I went ahead and added that one because I really thought this one would be interesting because Ellen Hilderbrand is typically summer books, but when I saw this one, I'm not really feeling summer vibes. And so I'm interested to see how this one is going to be a little bit different. And what's interesting too, her daughter helped write this. So I just thought that was pretty neat that she wrote a book with her daughter. So maybe on here, we're just going to go through, maybe just click on each one that sounds a little bit interesting. And if it's not, I'm just going to go back. That one was not my birthday. This one, okay, this one is, and I feel like I saw this one. So this fiction, contemporary historical fiction, which I typically like. This says Desiree Danielle, January Monique, and Nakia, I believe, are in their early 20s and at the beginning of their careers of marriage, of motherhood, and big city life in New York and Los Angeles. Together they are finding their way through the wilderness, that period of life when the reality of contemporary adulthood, overwhelming, mysterious, and full of freedom and consequences, swoops in and stays. Okay, I do frankly remember this one a little bit because it did sound interesting as well, because it just sounded fun because they're all in different stages of life, which I thought was pretty interesting. And they're kind of going through, and I like how it's called the wilderness because that is so true when you get to this part of your life when reality is hitting and you're just trying to figure out what is going on and going through, and you feel like you honestly are in the wilderness because everything seems very weird and foreign, and you're just trying to figure it out, and you feel like you're lost, and there's no direct path on which way to go. So That one sounds interesting, so we might add that one to the list as well. Okay, this one doesn't have a release date. Oh, September 2nd, so that one's already out. Never mind. Okay, historical fiction. That one is not. That one is not. That one was already published. Already published. That one is not. Okay, mystery thriller. Let's get into this one. Oh, this one's not. But that's okay because I haven't even read the Thursday Murder Club. It's on my fall TBR, but I haven't read that one yet. And so even if that was a release, like, that's book number 5 and I haven't even read the first one, so that would really not be necessary. Okay, that one is not. I don't think this is one I'm going to be interested in, but it wasn't released. I don't know what it's about, but the title seems a little off-putting to me, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, nope. Okay, romance. I'm not a huge fan of romance most of the time, but we're gonna check it anyways. I don't read L.C. Silver, or just haven't. Okay, this is, no, that's September 2nd. I also like having the, like, it has to be on my birthday because then it kind of gives me a boundary to keep myself within whenever I'm looking at these books and I'm not feeling the need to purchase a book just because it sounds good. Like, I kind of like having that boundary. So this is fun in that way too. Okay, we know this one, the Gingerbread Bakery. So this one is obviously in Dream Harbor, in the same world as all of the other ones, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, all of that stuff. So just to share a little bit about what it is, so it is a wedding in Dream Harbor can only mean one thing: everyone wants to get involved, especially in this town because it's a smaller town. So with, I don't know how to say her name, I say like Jenny just because that's what makes sense in my head, but I feel like it's something else. Like when I listened to a little bit of it on audiobook when I was first reading through it, or like reading through the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I feel like she said something else, but I don't remember what she said. But I just always say Jenny just because that's what makes sense in my head. So Jenny and Logan set to tie the knot. Okay, I'm starting to remember that's what previously happened. So this sounds really fun, but we already knew that one was on the list, but I just wanted to click on it and show it. That was already published. Why is that in the September one? That was a July one. Okay, fantasy. Not that one. Not that one. Okay, this is, now it says expected publication, which that make it, I guess, the other ones. Okay. Let's see. With the awakening of fire-breathing dragons. Okay. Among the burning flowers sees the first. Okay, this does say 0.2, which I'm not sure, like a novella maybe, I would assume. I don't know what this goes with, honestly, because this does not sound familiar to me at all. So maybe this is not a good one to really look into because it's looking like it's part of a series, or maybe like a prequel to a series. And like, I'm not even 100% positive it's like first prequel to the series. Like, is like okay, let me just look on the series. I guess I should do that. Okay, so yeah, this is technically the second novella. Well, not really novella, I keep saying novella, but like the second prequel to this series called the Roots of Chaos series, which sounds interesting. But again, I am purchasing only based on my birthday, and if this is part of a series that I have never even started or heard of, probably not a good idea to purchase that one. Okay, this one is my birthday, so this is, okay, from what I'm seeing, it's not a part of a series, so okay, it says novella. So maybe not this one either. So yeah, discovered her talent from magic on the day her beloved oldest brother Ardent left home, not realizing her childish, angry words would suddenly become imbued with the power of prophecy, dooming him to a life without love. This one sounds interesting. Not something that's like just really sticks out to me, I would say, but it does say novella, and I feel like novellas are the type of books that, like, you really need to know the series, or at least already know most of it, to read this, if that makes sense. So we may just skip out on that one. So not that one. Science fiction. Okay, here's one. The Shattering Peace. So, okay, Old Man's Ward #7. This is part of a series. Can't go with that one. Next one. Not that one. Okay, this says expected publication of September 16th, but at the top it's now saying expected 14th of October. So, well, let's just see what it says, and then we might look and see, like, is this like on Amazon or something, and just see, I don't know, what's available, or like when it's supposed to be there. So, when once renowned police detective Julia, don't know how to say her last name, is brought out of forced retirement to investigate the murder of Bruno Donaldson, a billionaire she worked with whilst undercover, she doesn't expect to find 2 bodies. Oh my goodness, okay. Both are Bruno, identical down to the Phoenix fingerprints, and both have been shot. Okay, this actually sounds really interesting. I'm gonna write this down to like double check, because like I said, it says down here September 16th was the expected, but up here it's saying October 14th, so I'm not sure. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, here's another one, 16th. I feel like September 16th is maybe just a popular day to release books, which is really interesting because I never knew that, and like being a reader and all that stuff, like that's really neat. Hidden Darkness Stirs in Locked Room Mystery, from the author of William. There are many ways to die on Mars, only one way to find the truth. The human crew sent to prepare the first ever colony on Mars arrives to find their brand new base half destroyed, and the 3 robots sent to set it up in disarray. The machines have formed alliances, chosen their names, and picked up some truly disturbing beliefs. Each must be interrogated, their stories analyzed, but one of them is missing. In this barren, hostile landscape, even machines have nightmares, and the line between human and artificial intelligence blurs. The astronauts will need to examine their own stories and wrestle their own demons before it's too late. I'm kind of torn because this does sound really interesting and like a neat like plot, but one of the genres is horror, and I don't know if this will be for me because I do not do horror or scary. Like if it was like mystery or thriller, like kind of suspenseful, then maybe, but the fact that horror is a genre and it's like the first one, I'm a little worried that like that's the main thing. We may just have to write that one down and like double check. I go back to the next one. Sunward. Okay, this is another one. Oh, debut science fiction novel. I don't know. This one doesn't sound very interesting. Okay, I'm not really interested in memoir, nonfiction. No thank you. We can look at the young adult, but like this first one looks like it's gonna be a romance probably. Lynn Painter. Well, it's not my day anyways, so we're just gonna go to the next one. I believe this is part of a series. I can already tell. Yeah, Blood and Tea. That's what I thought, because I've seen that kind of look before of this. And it's not my birthday anyways, so that's okay. We're gonna move on. Okay, that one is not. And that one was already out. History biography, not into it. At least for this. Like, I don't really care to find anything. Okay, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, but that was part of a series, 5, 6, 7. So we have at least 7 for sure. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is maybe just search online and do a little bit of research and see, because Goodreads may not have all of the books that are being released on this day, and it may not have, like, there may be some authors that are not very popular or making debuts or whatever that are not on here. So I'm just going to search it up. Okay, so I'm interested. This is like a blog that I have found, and it's like top 2025 book releases, and it did say perfect for fall, so we could look at this. So I'm just gonna kind of scroll through. Okay, we saw that one. Yeah. Oh, Matthew McConaughey is coming out. Is this like a memoir, I assume? Oh, collection of personal poetry and prayers. Well, that's cool. So I've always relied on logic to make sense of myself and the world. Prescription is at heart. I've always looked to reason to find the rhyme, the practical to get the mystical, the choreography find the dance, the proof to get the truth, and reality to get the dream. I've been finding the tougher to do lately. It's more hard to know what to believe, and it's hard to believe. But I don't quit believing. I don't want to stop believing in humanity, you, myself, or potential. Well, that's really interesting. That may not be like a top pick, but that's kind of cool that he's coming out with a book that's on my birthday. Okay, here's another. This looks like a... Nah, probably not that one. If I'm being honest. Oh my goodness, my camera keeps not focusing. Hello, stay focused. I'm right here. Okay, we're going to look at Barnes & Noble just to see what they have. September 2nd. Oh, okay. Oh, The Assassin's Skill. It's an ebook. Oh, it says book 4, so maybe not that one. Although that, like, sounds interesting. Okay, so my screen recording all of a sudden stopped working and it's just not doing its thing. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video here. This way too, I think it'll make it more fun, because when we do the next video of me opening the book mail and opening like what I received, it'll kind of be more of a surprise, because even though we were like looking and doing a little bit of research here and like I got some ideas, now I can order them, but when we go and open them, like you won't know what I actually purchased and what I found. Like I said, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for joining me and just kind of going along this very random, crazy little quest of finding books that are based on being released on my birthday. And if you want to see the next video and just stay tuned and join me just for some random fun bookish content, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you are aware of when I upload new videos. But until I see you next time, peace out.